Hello everybody and welcome to the Electronic Revolution Broadcasting Network, where tonight we're going to head on over to TWL and see what's going on over here. And it looks like it's going to be 8v8 semifinal action here for their league. And tonight's combatants in the ring, Okay Thanks Bye, they get the number 1 seed and they're playing against Team Who, which they come in with the number 5 seed. Both teams last week pulled out a nice victory. KTB beat SFG, and Team Who beat Strike Force Rangers on Suez Canal, which was the first map. So tonight, Verdun. No mystery for some of you people that played this map. I'm sure you're pretty bored of this map, but it is entertaining, which we probably will see tonight. I'm going to be your grand host, Anger, and tonight, co-casting with me, none other than Cornut. What's up, Corny?
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
Well, you just redid your hard drive there, so you're getting settled in. You don't have everything up yet, but I know that you're doing this pretty much last minute. We appreciate that, Cornut. And on the video, the man, the myth, the video legend himself, Limek. What's up, Lime?
Hey, not much. Just enjoying a nice TWL match. Been a while we've been here. Hopefully it will be a good one.
Yeah, I think the last time we were here was for the finals for NGA and MAD, I believe it was, and that was going on there for 5v5s. But now we're here for 8v8s, and should be very entertaining tonight on Verdun. And we're going to look tonight. The winner of this will head to the finals, and they will battle the winner between DWI and Mace. And we will be covering that also. It's going to be on Belgrade, so that should be interesting next week. But let's talk about right now. We're going to talk about the map real quick, Verdun. For some of you that are joining in and are not too familiar with 2142, I'm going to go over it really briefly here and quick. Hopefully the shot there, the picture of the map is on, and I know Limek probably has it up. So what happens is EU will be spawning at Valley Farm, and we'll have Packside spawning in over at Glacier Rim. Now, what the goal is for both of these teams is to try to capture all 3 neutral flags. We have Western Outskirts, Eastern Outskirts, and Church. Majority of the fighting will take place on Church. This is where it's going to stay neutral for a little while, at least until one of the teams has the bigger advantage and takes that flag. There'll be a bleed on this map. Now if they get the 3 flag bleed, that's where you don't want to be on the other end of that. You'll get camped in your main, and that is just very, very difficult to get out of. One of the key things on this, you'll have 2 armor pieces. You'll have the Walker, and you also have the APC. Commander will also have tools. Both commanders will have the commander's assets. They'll have the EMP strike, the SAT scan, the UAV, orbital strikes, and if they like, they'll drop some supply boxes for their armor pieces or for their infantry for resupplyment of rockets and ammo. Alright, we're going to talk a little briefly about the teams right now. We're going to talk about Team Who. I know this team very, very well, and actually there's some good guys over there, and you know, they come in, they're a strong team. They've been here since the beginning of 2142. They've had some roster changes and other things that happen just like with every other team, but they're bouncing back and they're doing very nice here. And we have Okay Thanks Bye, actually new to me for the fact that they come in other leagues and this one, at least this particular season, coming in very strong, doing a nice showing in other leagues, and particularly here at TWL, coming in with the number 1 seed. So this is going to be a very entertaining match. KTB, a little bit less experience compared to Team Who, since Team Who has started since the beginning of 2142. So it's going to be very entertaining to see if the young pup can step up on the porch against the older dog here of Team Who. And let me see here. Now, if you want to get a hold of us, there's only a couple ways. Unfortunately, right now I do not have IRC, and Cornut, since he reformatted, he doesn't have IRC, so you can hit me on Xfire at Anger, O-N-E, the number 5, the number 6, the number 2. And Cornut, if you want to see, I don't think you have your Xfire set up yet, do you?
It is set up. That's the one. That's actually why I reformatted, because I'm sure if you remember before, I was having problems with my X-Fire, and it's only in the IRC channel. My X-Fire is fixed. You can reach me at Cornut, C-O-R-N-U-T, and by the next cast, I'll be sure to have IRC reinstalled, so you can also get me that way again.
Roger that. Now, some of you, if you have Limix X-Fire, he's really busy, so please, if you can, X-Fire us. If you happen not to get a hold of us or something of that matter or that nature, then pop Limix as the only last resort, because this guy is pretty busy behind the scenes there. Okay, Big Drabowski, I guess, is listening to the cast, so I guess he was in... They lost in AGC, which is another name I'm not too familiar with, but they lost to Rubik's in the finals there, so thank you, Drabowski. That was in-game there. All right, really quickly here, we're going to go over the starting lineups. It looks like Team Who is going to be taking the pack side, and for them we have Cherokee, we have Goob, Fried Pie Eater, we have Scoop, Moranga, Sergeant Rambo, Zalyutak, and Sergeant Rambo. Oh, okay. Hold on here, let me tell these teams. Alright, and for KTB, why don't you go over that, Cornut?
For KTB, we have Better. That would be Radamant, Big Drabowski, Crazy Ace, Kamikaze Donut, Biggin, Destruction, and Lacrosse Rocks.
Alright, Kamikaze Donut, wow. I just ate Lucille, so I'm not really hungry, but I never knew donuts they had suicidal tendencies or anything. Wow, that's kind of weird. Anyway, alright, I'm going to let the teams know we're ready here, but in the meantime, I'm going to get a couple of shout-outs right here. We have Zach from Sucks. Shout out to Rubik's from Sucks. Great game, and good luck the rest of the playoffs. And also shout out to Team Who. We are coming after that #1 spot in a TWL ladder. Sucks for the win.
Enemy forces in sight.
Let's see here. I'm trying to get here. We also have one from Jetting from Origin. I'd like to send a shout out to Hates Fury. Can't wait to play tonight. Let's give Rome a nice butt whooping today. And also a shout out to Aerobic Fish Own. And also one to Lucy. Grats on the Iron Man versus ZT. Alright. You got any shout outs there, Cornut? They hit you
Not
up
yet. They haven't hit me up yet, but I have had some people add me, so I'm sure they're coming.
Okay, I had to let the teams know, both teams know that we are ready to go. Again, in case you're just joining us, you're tuning into e-rev right now. Team Who against KTB, the semifinals match here on Verdun, TWL. And looks like we're having one load in. So we're going to be a little bit here. In the meantime, if the score from DWI and Mace comes in, please hit me up on Xfire. Shoot me that score so I can get that across the air. And also, we have a shout out from Clowns. Shout out to Lacrosse Rocks. Thanks for stealing my spot. Wow. You got benched. That's what you get for being late at KTB. If you don't get there in time, you lose your spots. So.
Yeah, I was also given that same shout out, so be sure not to double send shout outs if you guys can avoid it, please.
It's already starting, Cornell. We have Socialism from Origin. Shout out to Elysium. How does it feel not to have Dagda anymore? Wow. I'm serious, man. You know, even though I hate the drama, but yet I love the drama. It's comical. It's very entertaining. Now again, this is a last-minute cast here. We did not have this on the docket, but we saw this match. We thought it was going to be very entertaining, very evenly teams here, very even teams here fighting it out, and said why not. So in case you're, hope you join us and join this cast so far, and hope you stick with us for the whole thing. I'm looking here. Looks like everybody loaded in. Oh shoot, where did okay, there we are. Yeah, we're just waiting for one guy from Team Who, so come on Team Who, get it together. I have another shout out to Clowns from KTB. And also we have another shout out from Anarchy Ops. He's already spamming the hell out of me. Shout out to Team Who. Walker Dance for the win. And Sucks is retired from TGL and Cal 8 V8s for BF2142. Well, I guess we have no more scrims there, Corny. They were always a good scrim, guaranteed scrim. They were always doing their thing. So unfortunate, but I think they're pretty much done. So hopefully we'll see them again in another game. I'm sure we will. Good bunch of guys at Sucks.
Yeah, SDN, the clan I'm with, or team, or whatever you want to call it, I don't know. We actually stopped competing in 2142 too. I mean, we did play in a match, Tusk and I and Redemption, all 3 SDN. We played in a 5v5 last night against DOD, ringing for, was it Tough, the United Force, and 2-0'd them. It was fun stuff on Verdun.
Did you camp them in their main?
Nah, we just kind of kept the bleed on them. There was we had to where we had all 3 flags once, but you know, we never practiced once, so we weren't at the top of our game. It was definitely a good match, thanks DOD.
Alright, looks like they got their guy in, Team Who. So again, I will be following the Pack Love Inside Team Who alongside with Limek. Cornet will be taking KTB on EU side.
Who is saying live on restart?
Yep, giving out the good luck, have funs from both teams. Okay, and here we go. It looks like we're gonna go live on restart finally. It's gonna be very entertaining on Church Corner. That's where all the action is gonna be. So, all right, here we go.
Yeah, definitely. I usually play this on as infantry since I do 5v5 and 6v6. You don't have vehicles to get around. Church is always packed, but here we go live.
All right, looks like we're gonna have Fry Pie Eater in the Walker. And we're going to have Goob in the APC, so most of the action is going to be taking place off the APC into Church as they're going to be potting out. So right now we got Team Who going in a typical spot during the south end near the tower. What do you got over there, Cornet?
We have both, there's two squads here for KTB, and both squad leaders are driving armor, which is a pretty good thing. You know, that way typically the armor is going to stay alive longer and always give the squad members a place to spawn. We have the APC running into Church right now, and actually KTB is capping Church. We'll see how Who responds to that. The Walker is just kind of sitting back. Actually, no, he's not. He is moving.
Well, right now, Cornet, Team Who just ran, Goob just ran over 2 of his teammates with the APC, and then just lost the APC during that that fight there at Church. And then just KTV just pulled up all their forces up on the Church flag and took it with force. Right now, ticket count early in the first round, 97 to 99, and Team Who is trying to figure out something here, trying to leave outskirts and into Church. But right now, the APC is just right on top of the flag here at Church. People potting out. What do you have over there, Corn?
We have some KTB guys. One of them actually potted out of the APC up onto the roof, which 8v8, I believe that is legal, correct? Since they can actually get up there with the APC, right?
Raj. Yeah,
so yeah, it looks like there's...
Yeah, Skittles are dropping right now near the tower on the south end of the Church. Sorry for interrupting you there. And right now we have Team Who coming through the north side of Church, but they're going to be met by a Walker there. And who's in that Walker, Cornet?
That would be Big Drabowski. Yeah, it does look like KTB is actually pretty content with just holding the bleed here. They have their commander sitting back at western outskirts. defending that. But I mean, there is no Who even near, so I mean that's fine for now. But I'm sure if Who does make a push, they will have to call some of the infantry back. But it does look like they're slowly trying to make a push on the eastern outskirt, but they're real hesitant about it. You know, I mean, which they can't get too aggressive, because they get too aggressive and overcommit, then Team Who, you know, they have a lot of experience. They're gonna see that, and they're gonna send people around them and, you know, get to church and get that flag and get the bleed back on KTB.
Well, right now KTB is moving from church, moving on over eastern to eastern outskirts right now, and they're coming with their armor. They're just pushing up slowly but surely here. They're getting their armor up on towards the north end here, trying to move into eastern and pushing their APC very, very far ahead of their infantry. And the Walker on the opposite end, APC down there, Scoop taking him out with a pylon shot. Walker is emped right now, but he's going to get away. No RD drop behind that emp charge.
Yeah, Destructo was actually on the eastern outskirts flag. He got out of that APC just in time, but he was taken out.
Yeah, the Walkers just went back to church. Looks like they get some repairs because the box just drops right there. APC Goob is on, and he's putting dropping some shots into church right now onto the infantry. I couldn't think of a specific word there. Amp charge on the Walker. APC backs up, and right now Team Who is just, they look a little confused on exactly what they want to do, or just KTB is just really holding them off.
Yeah, Destructo, he had an amazing Mitchell shot. He actually fired from church, fired almost all the way to eastern outskirts, and took out Maranga? I don't know how to pronounce his name, but it was an amazing shot. Hopefully Lyman got that one. I love taking out infantry with the anti-tank.
Yeah, right now we have Skittles just dropping all over church right now. Team Who is getting, well, actually they're moving forward here. They got the Walker, but Walker's just kind of staying by eastern outskirts, leaving his infantry a little hanging here. They got to get this APC down. This APC is just really wrecking them right now, and he's just, you know, he's pretty much in the open, Cornet, and I don't think he's fearing much from Team Who right now. He's just really wrecking them.
Yeah, definitely. Team Who actually did have a pretty strong push there behind the church, and it was just Biggin and Crazy Ace there. Just those two KTBs sitting there defending, and they actually wiped out all of the Who members, which has got to be devastating. The two guys were able to take out practically the whole team.
Yeah, one of the things here, these three guys are still on the roof for KTB, and they got a box just drop right on them, and wow. There goes the Walker. If I was the APC, I'm going to have to get these guys off the roof, and that's what he's trying to do right now. He's using the supply box as an aim reference, but he's shooting too far now. That would be the first thing, because those three guys with the pylons are just really hurting their Who's armor right now. Ticket count 88-43, and KTB very convincingly has this score down here. Right now we have Team Who on western outskirts. The Commander Cherokee getting it nooched.
Yeah, but you see, that's how I said their commander for KTB was sitting there solo, but as soon as he seen trouble coming, he called the Walker in. There is still a couple guys there in between church and western outskirts. I'm not sure if they have a squad leader back there, but they're kind of splitting up on the flags, and KTB's trying to turn around and defend it, but
right now, Corner, we have
trying to save church.
We have Scoop, Rambo, and Z9 on the flag at church right now. They have it nooched. They almost had it. Wow, nice clutch work by Destructo with the APC there. Just wiping out those three guys from Team Who. And here come the rest of KTB to bring that flag back up in their favor. Ticket count 33-86. And KTB just slapping around Team Who like no other.
It looks like there is only one KTB left on church. It looks like Team Who may have two.
Yeah, but that Walker's there to save the day, Cornet. That Walker seems to get to the right place at the right time and just pretty much bail out who's ever the last member for KTB is on that flag.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you've seen that, but Better, the commander for KTB, actually just took out 3 guys with his artillery and stopped Who's push on Church. That was amazing. Definitely did the job there.
Oh, wow, the Walker could not get over the wall there, and he just destroyed himself there. Okay, but nevertheless, still the damage is done by that Walker. Team Who is trying to move towards the south end now. Now, they're more towards the tower there, which is on the south end of the church, and they're trying to get into church area. And they're trying to get some height advantage, and actually they're trying to move up a little bit into the tower area.
We're the only ones left.
The Walker for Team Who, Fried Pie Eater, is just getting some shots into the area, helping out his infantry. What do you got over there, Corny?
We have the majority of KTB sitting there at church, but there is an enemy APC Walker nearby, lots of infantry. So, I mean, they've got their hands full right now. They don't have anybody on the roofs keeping Who's armor down, which they were doing great with at the beginning of the match. I mean, they're pretty much fighting on ground now, and they are kind of outdone right now here at church.
Yeah, right now all the fighting here at the bottom, at the tower base here, and both teams just going mano-a-mano here. Z9 gets taken out by Drabowski. Scoop takes out Crazy, so a lot of back and forth action here near the base of the tower at the south end of church. Skittles dropping on the flag as we speak. And the APC trying to push in here. Now it's going to be an APC fight, Cornet, between these two teams.
Yeah, better with that orbital there that he dropped on church. Actually did take out one of the guys, and the APC took out the other guy. So KTB was able to get both of the Who infantry off of the flag, and now they're in a better position to fight now that they're not trying to defend the flag. They can
nice
work on
already dropped by
pushing.
Cherokee.
Hostile infantry.
You go right
Sorry
ahead.
about that. No, nice already dropped by Cherokee there. Ticket count 73-3. KTB is going to take this coordinate, and really KTB came out very, very strong, and actually kind of surprised me with. I'm surprised Who didn't take out their armor a lot quicker. I mean, they left those armor pieces in the open big time. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. KTB 73-0 in the first round, and we're going to go over the e-rev scoreboard right now real quick. For Team Who, we have Scoop going 10-10, Sergeant Rambo going 6-10, and Goob going 8-6, with the Commander Cherokee going a total combined score of 8. What do you got, Corny?
We've got Biggin going 9-3, Kamikaze Donut 6-1, Destructo 14-5, Lacrosse Rocks 9-5, Crazy Ace 10-6, Radamant, how do you pronounce that name? Oh well. 4-3, Big Drabowski 5-2, and Commander total score of 27. Yeah, that was pretty much Destructo laying it down that round. I mean, those Mitchell shots halfway across the map, his work at the SMG, and also got Walker kills. I mean, he was just everywhere. Good job that round by Destructo.
Yeah, he was where he had to be when there was only maybe one member of KTB on the flag trying to hold their flag, and he came in to save the day. And also the Commander dropping some nice Skittles on the Team Who's infantry at church there, trying to save that last push, and that's what pretty much done that whole round in for them.
I've had more people at me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got a clarification from Damn Clowns from KTB Cornet. It's Rodament. Rodament. I don't know. We'll just call him Rodent. Just call him Rodent.
Rodent. That's it.
That's his name. All right. We have Fatty. You in the channel here? He's in the game.
I got a shout out here to you, Anger, from Anarchy Ops from Sucks. Shout out to Anger. We'll still scrim ya. We're still in TWL ladder 8v8. Bring on Call of Duty 4. I'm with you on that one, Anarchy. We're waiting for Call of Duty 4 and Frontlines Field of War. Those are the two games SDN's looking forward to.
All right, I have some shout outs from DBD Warhammer here. Shout out to DBD 5v5 team. Good luck tomorrow. We got one from Jetting from Origin. Shout out to Silencer from Rubik's. Much love. Good job on your match. Got one from Hates Fury from Origin. Shout out to Who for using ZT strat of spawning everyone at the beginning for the loss. no doubt. Shout out to Scoop from Bobcat. Much love from Nem Scoop. We still love you.
Yeah, I really did like KTB's initial spawn there, where they just had just the squad leaders spawn, and it looked. I think the commander actually hitched a ride to their gimme flag, which was Western Outskirts, and then they just had everybody spawn the APC and pod out of there all at once, and they just got that church flag quick.
Well, your team who you're on EU side, you're a little bit closer to Western Outskirts to get that flag up and hopefully get a good chance to get shirt. What are you going to do on this side if you're talking to them?
Well, hopefully they're taking notes with KTB, because I mean they executed that perfectly, but definitely they're going to need to get numbers on the flag and make sure their squad leader is either in the armor or in a safe spot, because KTB is going to come there throwing frags, and they're going to need to have that squad leader to spawn on. I mean, you can't overcommit and put everybody on the flag and end up getting taken out by one frag, which I know who is experienced. They're not going to do that. They've got to be able to avoid that.
Yeah, KTB, if I was them, coming from pack side, I would let Team Who get on church, have their infantry get on church, put your APC in position on the southern part of eastern outskirts, and just launch mortars into them, and just clear them out, and then just get your infantry in there with support from the walker, and get some AT guys in there and take out the any armor that opposes you if they're in between western and church. What I've noticed about KTB, they love roosts, they love high points, and that's really helped them off the start there to get Team Who's armor down. And pretty much Team Who's armor was just, they weren't even around really for the most part in that first round. So that was a good job by them, just keeping that down, putting a focus on the armor, which is very important. And if you got that armor down, everything else is pretty much piece of cake, Yeah,
definitely. KTB definitely. When they got those guys up on the roof, and just instantly taking out the armor. I mean, Team Who pretty much they couldn't do anything, and that was definitely good. They had that planned out, that's for sure.
Just trying to make an entrance, and Corner had to ruin everything.
Hey, Fatty. All right, we got Fasex here doing color here for us, and turn up your mic a little bit.
How's that better?
We've got company! We've got company! Let's spot it! We've got company!
Nice tag there, Fatty, or Frodo Sax.
I just came from a match, that's why I'm late.
Yeah, we're waiting.
That is unacceptable.
And I know everybody's a little surprised. Yes, I do still play a little bit. I'm not 100% retired.
Wait, 2142? I thought you were in the Lord of the Rings match.
That's cute. If I was in a Lord of the Rings match, why would my tags be messed up? Funny guy.
Alright, right now I'm letting them know that e-rev is ready. I'm trying to get everything situated here. So the way it's set up right now, KTB is going to be on the pack side, obviously, and myself and Limek will be covering that end. We have Cornut and Frodo / Daddy Fat Sacks taking Team Who on the EU side. And we're just waiting for them to get situated here. Come on, guys. Now again, if whoever comes out the winner of this will play the winner of DWI and Mace next week. They'll be fighting it out on the finals for 8v8 on Belgrade. And that should be interesting. So if anybody out there from DWI or Mace is listening and you do have a score, please expire that to myself or Cornut so we can get that on the air. Now, in case you're just joining us, you're watching Team Who versus K-Thing Spy on the map of Verdun here. This is the semifinals for TWO 8v8 League. And so far, pretty one-sided match there. KTB just pretty much slapping around Team Who.
Outpost under control.
They took the round 73-0 there, and here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
Wait, KTB beat who? 73-0?
In the first round.
That's pretty good. Way to go, KTB.
I would say so. All right, here we go. We have Jabowski and in the Walker, Biggin in the APC. So they're heading on over. It's pretty much the same strat for the most part, at least for the beginning where the vehicles will be going. What do you got over there, Corny?
We got Zenon in the Walker and Goob in the APC. We still have some guys that haven't spawned yet. Actually, just one now. Looks like they're just leaving the commander.
Yeah, Rodeman just took out Moronga there on top of the tower, Corny. Their little fight there on the very tip top there. And both teams get their gimme flags, except for Team Who. They're barely trying to get Western Outskirts.
Yeah, they got just their commander on Western Outskirts right now, and it looks like both teams are real hesitant about getting on Church. I mean, they know that the other teams are ready, but it does look like KTB has got their APC there, and that's definitely a little more than Who has right now. Who's just kind of sitting back. I mean, they don't have any engineers.
You know, Cornette, I must admit, I would love to see armor pieces in the wide open like KTB's APC is, because we would just light that puppy up. And I'm just surprised Team Who hasn't got the chance to do that. But they're giving nice support with the Walker also. And here come the Skittles dropping right on top of Church. I'm wondering what is taking Team Who so long to get Western Outskirts, and they just did get it. Ticket count 98-93. KTB has Church and Eastern Outskirts in their control. Cornette, what do you have?
Yeah, Cherokee, he was sitting there commanding, but he wasn't actually on the cap radius, and I'm not sure if you saw it, but Biggin was on top of the tower, and he hopped down to help his boys out and landed right on a roof and killed himself. That's kind of good.
Now it looks like we have a two-man push and APC into Eastern Outskirts from Team Who, bringing KTP's defenses back. And Rodeman takes out Goob there with the APC. Very interesting. Let's see if they can capitalize on that, Cornette.
Destructo knifes one guy, shoots the other with his SMG. The Walker didn't even have to fire a shot to protect that Eastern Outskirts. Destructo at it again, just like last round.
Well, Donut is in the radius of Church right now, and wow, he just smacked Zalyatech there with some Krylov work. Ticket count 95-81 in the favor of K. Thanks, bye. Fatty, what are you seeing over there?
You got a squad leader from Who running around infantry, just taken down by the Walker. He's got one guy left, not anymore. Was headed towards between Eastern Outskirts and Church, but they were all cleaned up. And looks like we got KTB doing a little bit of a push with the APC towards Western Outskirts. Who's only base left? Who is in a horrible spot right now?
Yeah,
right now.
Just ran right into motion mines. You know, they locked onto him, and it looked like he tried to outrun him and just got killed. So Who no longer has an APC. Their armor is just spawning and walking from their main. So I mean, their armor's far away.
You know, this was chess right now, and if you could see the full, if the viewers could see the full screen, KTB is doing a nice job of moving pieces, their infantry and armor, slowly into Western Outskirts. Not really going full force, but just really just taking a lot of kills, taking out the armor, and slowly but surely they're going to get Western Outskirts. The way that they're moving right now, doing a nice job using the broken, beat down buildings as their cover, and just doing a nice job on defensive work.
Wow, KTB better with the good EMP orb strike. Looks like he took down Who's Walker there. That's a good job.
Yeah, we've also got Zenon from Who. He's going off on his own. Looks like to Eastern Outskirts, but he is a squad leader. So if he makes it, this could be devastating. He just took out another infantry guy. looks like he almost died, but no, he's done. There goes who's pushed to Eastern.
Well, the APC is blocking the way in between Church and Eastern. He's actually gotten to that broken piece of the wall so he can see and shoot into that area. KTB's getting the height advantage also. They're on top of the tower and just lobbing in pylon shots into the armor. So they're doing a nice job. Walker is finally down there. Drabowski got taken out with a motion mine from Moronga. And ticket count 84-48, and KTB once again in total control with 2 flags in their favor.
Heads up, supplies at your position. Hostile APC.
This is pretty much a repeat of last round. KTB is just keeping the bleed on Who. You think, Who did have the slight advantage this round. I was expecting it to be a little closer, but it's basically the same thing all over again.
Yeah, KTB is doing a good job splitting up their men to put a brick wall there that Who hasn't really been able to get past. Except now they do have a couple of guys. Oh, and Destructo with the Sudnik VP on Scoop. Scoop was one of the few guys that Who did manage to get near Church Radius, but he just got Sudnicked. That was pretty sick.
Yeah, ticket count 78-38, and if something miraculous happens right now, Team Who is going to go down 2-0, and KTB looks very, very impressive. And I just have a score here. Mace takes out DWI in 3, so it looks like it's going to be right now Mace against KTB, which is going to be a very, very entertaining and interesting map, especially on Belgrade, if the score does hold up like the way it is.
Yeah, I don't really see any chance of it changing. It doesn't look like Who's really making any effort to push, and if they are, they're just getting shut down instantly, and they're never being allowed to leave Western Outskirts. I mean, they make it maybe halfway to Church at the most, and then KTB just keeps wiping them out. Their APC is still sitting back there on the other side of Church. The spawn point, people are just potting on the roofs and taking, like you've seen right there, taking all of Who out. There is one Who's still alive behind Church. I'm not sure if he's going to cut in or go to Eastern, but it is not a squad leader, so wouldn't be much good.
Well, KTB, I just noticed something really good. They're using some good teamwork and communication, because there was an NG sitting there staring at the mech, but he held his shot until the Emp and Orb strike came down, just to get that extra damage in to make sure during the Emp and Orb strike to take him out. That was good communication right there.
Yeah, I was about to make that comment, and good thing you caught that also. And I could tell the commander's really talking to his team and letting them know when to sequence their shots into the walkers and APCs while they're being amped. I got to give them big props on that. They have nice teamwork, and it's showing big time right now. Ticket count 67-8, and this one's pretty much over. The fat lady is singing. That would be Fat Sax's old lady, and this is pretty much over, Fatty.
Yeah, this might be actually a cap out here last couple seconds. Big Jabrowski pushed up the mech. He's taking out some guys. KTB's infantry is pushing up on the flag. Oh, he's about to go down. Oh, motion mines from Sergeant Rambo.
Yeah, a little aggressive there, but with 5 tickets left for them, I didn't think it really mattered. 66-65 to 1, 65 to 0. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. KTB takes this 2 rounds to 0, and we're going to go over the e-rev scoreboard really quick. Kamikaze Donut going 10-6, Rodament going 7-5, and Destructo, the almighty Destructo, going 10-7 there, with Better, the commander, going a total combined score of 27. Cornet, what do you have?
We got Scoop. This is their best kill-death ratio on Who, 1-1 kill-death ratio, finishing at 10-10. Then everybody else had a negative kill death. Who definitely needs to practice a little more and be ready, a little more prepared next time. We had Sergeant Rambo going 6-8, who was just knifed there at the end by Destructo. That's 2 knife kills at least that I saw from Destructo. We got Fried Pie Eater 6-10, Goob 3-5, Zalatak 4-9, Zenin, whatever, 3-8. Moronga, or right? Oh, I forget whatever. 5 and 9. That MOR guy, and Cherokee, the commander, combined points 5.
You're funny, Courtney. It's all good. It's all good. All right. So it looks like we're gonna have Mace against KTB next week for the finals for Season 1 8v8. It's going to be on Belgrade. That's going to be pretty entertaining with a walker and 2 fast movers. That should be pretty fast. And let me see if I can get... Well, let's go with the Ironman of the match. Who's your vote, Cornut? You first.
Well, Destructo was tied for kills on the second round, but with his work the first round, being the #1 killer, and the 2 knife kills that I saw at the end in round 2, which there could have been more. I mean, there's a lot going on. I mean, it's definitely got to go to Destructo. He was just playing with who.
Fatty, even though you caught the second round there, you didn't. I know you saw a little bit of the ending of the first round. Who would your pick be?
Corner, you said Destructo, right?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, I'd have to go with him too. That was a pretty sexy knife kill on the eastern outskirts.
Now, I had Mace sending a shout out to who from Smooth, but they didn't pull out with the victory this time. It's too bad. Hopefully next time.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with also Destructo, especially mainly for that first round. Because he was very, very clutch. The commander would come in the second place for my pick, but I guess Destructo would get that in the second round, even though he had an even KDR, which KDRs are not extremely important, especially with 8v8s, but I mean, if you're all-purpose and all-around like he was, then you got to give it to him. Let me let me give him the information. See if you guys have any X-Fires. Just shoot those out right now while I give Destructo info.
Yeah, I don't have any X-Fires, but do we still give out the douchebag award?
I would imagine.
That's Fatty's area there. So if Fatty wants to give one out, if he saw one in his brief stint there in that match, he can get one.
Yeah,
I can give you some input.
Yeah, what do we got?
We've got I Love You Cherokee, but it's got to go to Cherokee taking 5 minutes to cap that gimme flag in round 2.
I was actually gonna go. I was actually thinking about going with that. I didn't really see enough though to I didn't really get to watch enough to give a douchebag war, but if I had to go with one, I would also give it to Cherokee for that. Way to go, Cherokee.
You could always give it to yourself too for showing up late because of your Lord of the Rings match.
Actually, it was a TWO 5v5 match. Guy.
There's a 5v5 for Lord of the Rings.
Did you guys win or lose? That's the question, Fatty.
Apparently we lost after I left. It was 10 GA though.
Alright, we have, let me get these shoutouts before we get Destructo in. Actually, he's already in. We have Maple Leaf with a shout out to Lacrosse. You stole my spot. I wanted to pawn the noobs. Wow. And also last, we see we have Jetty from Origin. Shout out to Rom. Here comes Origin. And let me pull him in. Oh, he's already in.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, the Ironman of the match is tonight, Destructo. We chose you mainly for round number 1. You were just all-purpose there, saving a couple of flags on Church and also on Western Outskirts while you were EU. How did your team feel? Coming to semifinals against Team Who? Were you guys intimidated at all, or did you guys practice real hard for this?
Well, to tell you the truth, we've actually been around for a couple seasons here. We had the honor of playing Who a couple times already. They're a pretty good team. We pretty much take it just as we take every other match, though. I mean, as far as my all-purpose role, the thing is, we try to train everyone to be as all-purpose as possible.
Yeah, I like your. In the first round, you were sitting at Church and you made a Mitchell shot and took out a guy. I mean, he had to have been almost out of your view. That was a great shot.
He was out of my view, actually. In fact, he walked around the corner, then he came back and I hit him in the face. That was pretty sweet.
Then of course you had the knife kills there. You know, you had one at I think Western and one at the end of the round there at Eastern. I don't know. I saw those 2 knife kills in the round 2. I don't know if you
3
had
total.
any
I
others.
wouldn't count the last one too much because Drew killed me, but yeah.
One of the things
Anyway.
that Fatty,
Yeah, go ahead.
Fatty, I saw was one of the communication with your commander to his teammates, where, for instance, in that second round where you guys were emptying the walker, the engineers held their shots until the imp charge hit the walker, and then you guys just took the walker out. Very, very good. You guys had good fluid movement as you were pushing the western outskirts. You guys were just pretty much pushing them back to western without actually capping it. Did you guys in this match just want to have 2 flags and just bleed them out? Was that your whole strat?
That was our initial plan, was basically just get those 2 flags and hold them as much as possible. I mean, we had a couple guys on dedicated NG. Yeah, we rehearse more than we scrim, so what we do is normally, basically, what we gotta do on this map is the APC is a huge thing in this map. You gotta shut it down right away. Otherwise, well, it's gonna roll up, take your flag. The walker, yeah, we do that. We basically wait for the amp, and then fire. Really works pretty well, especially considering the shield goes down with the amp. That's why a lot of our guys use Sudniks instead of pylums. I mean, personally, I advocate the guided missiles because, well, I'm on the leaderboards, and yeah, they're real easy to use.
Roger that. All right, well, you guys head out to the finals next week against Mace on Belgrade. How do you guys feel about Belgrade? Is that a map? I mean, certain maps make a team good, make a team horrible. How does Belgrade work for you guys?
I know. Yeah, you know, Belgrade is actually, I'd have to say, probably one of our better maps. We've already had the honor of playing Mace. Big shout out to Frau. He's awesome. And, you know, played him a couple times this season, actually. We're basically going to take it just like every other match. Practice just as hard as usual.
Roger that. All right. Any last-minute questions or anything, Cornet or Fatty, for the Iron Man?
I pretty much said everything. I just wanted to, let him know why I chose him as the Iron Man. That Mitchell shot was amazing. Like, I hope Lyman got that one. If not, I'm sure the audience can imagine.
Well, like I said, I've had way too much practice.
Yeah, I like the guided missiles myself. I mean, the pylum's great, but I love, just sniping snipers with them from, far distances.
Yeah, definitely. You see, the pylum is fun for when you have to decide who's going to be your 8th man, and the last 2 guys have to pylum each other out from, like, long range. That's a great way to decide it.
Yeah, another thing that I like to use is the SAW anti-air. I love to use that on, like, Gibraltar. And, because... like a lot of people like to use the pylum, to kind of, own somebody and, be like, ha-ha. But I like the SAW anti-air because you get 2 shots. You can run into 2 guys, take them both out, just bam, bam. I love that thing.
How's the sound, Cornet?
Oh, it's like, hey, you can go ahead and repeat it, buddy.
Yeah, I'm glad this turned into a conversation about Pub All-Star.
Yeah, pylums and Mitchell. What the hell's going on here? Anyways, so are you guys doing next? You guys doing next week for TWL?
Yes, we will. We'll be covering your match against Mace, and also Big Drabowski wants to know why you enjoy the alternative lifestyle.
Well, I told him really not to tell anybody about that, but...
All right, on that note, we will end this cast, and make sure you join us. I believe... Now, Limek, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Is it official the matches will be next week for TGL, Monday and Tuesday?
They should be, if everything goes well.
Okay.
They canceled the thing about the anti-cheat thing. I don't think they're going to roll it out this season. Probably going to be preseason next year, or next season.
Yeah, well, looks like they probably pretty much taken care of most of the problems anyways.
Yeah,
because there's still going to be a 3rd season of 2142.
Well, the reason I say
I'll
that...
be there. We'll be there.
The reason... the reason I bring that up, Sunday we're going to have another news 2142 community news where we're going to have a playoff rundown for the 6s and 8s. We're going to have some guests into the channel here talking about a little open forum there, and we'll get some Q&A from you, the viewers. So it'll probably be the same time, about 10 Eastern again on Sunday. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Check the TGL forums and also the e-rev forums, and we'll make sure that we'll get that to you. It'll be very informative again. We'll be breaking down all the teams, and we'll talk then. So until then, again, KTB takes out Team Who 2-0 on Verdun, and tune in next Wednesday for the finals between Mace and KTB. Until then, good night.